Hopefully by now you're seeing how powerful NotebookLM can be as a research assistant and how useful and fun it is to experiment with NotebookLM using all the different functionalities. In this section in particular, we are going to be focusing on one of the most exciting features that has everyone talking about NotebookLM. This is the audio overviews. Some people refer to it as deep dives. I think this is a very exciting feature because it allows you to use your sources to generate audio overviews of those sources. For this particular demonstration, I want to continue with this idea of using NotebookLM as an AI research assistant. It's part of the important work that I do for the scientific community and also the AI community more broadly. And I love using tools like this to help me accelerate thinking and understanding of these concepts and also communicate those to others in the community. As we know, AI is such a transformative technology and continues to reach many different places and industries. So it's important to be able to communicate to more people and make all this content more accessible. So I've been thinking, how do I use some of these NotebookLM features to make content more accessible for folks in other industries? And audio overview is such a great feature for that. So I'm going to start a new notebook. And for this one, I actually have a newsletter that I write. So I was just saying that something that I'm very passionate about is communicating about all the scientific and developments and all these breakthroughs that happen in the AI field. That's something that I spend a lot of time on. And I write newsletters, I have my own community, Discord, and I even talk about this stuff in some of the trainings and courses that I develop because I also do a lot of professional training for companies. So it's something that I do on a daily basis. So now I'm starting to use NotebookLM for this type of work, and that's why I'm really excited to talk about NotebookLM and why I have chosen to build a dedicated course for this particular tool. For some of you that know me, I have this very popular newsletter called Top ML Papers of the Week. And in this newsletter, I summarize all the great research papers that are trending, and some of these I also create myself because I think they're interesting for developers and researchers as well. However, this particular newsletter is only available in text format. So I've been thinking, and I've had this idea for some time, to be able to generate audio versions of this particular newsletter. That would be really powerful. This is something that a lot of my subscribers would love, and they continue to ask me for this particular format. I haven't been able to do this, but now I have this tool, NotebookLM, that looks very promising and can help me solve this problem. So I'm going to use audio overviews to generate an audio overview of my newsletter. So I'm back here in NotebookLM. I've started a NotebookLM and I need to upload my sources. So as you saw, I have this newsletter and I have an issue or the latest issue of the newsletter. So I'm going to actually paste a website here. That's what I'm dealing with. That's the type of source. I'm going to paste it here and you can see this is corresponding to the last issue that I posted for my newsletter. I'm going to insert it and it's just going to quickly extract information. So we can always preview what it extracted. So you can see it extracted all of this. It has some information about the date that could be important too. You can see here from September 16 to September 22. And then it has all the different papers that I highlighted. There's 10 different papers, so I can see that all of the papers are here, right? So it's 10. And together with all the links and the tweet source for where this paper was mentioned and discussed on the X platform. So what I want to do with this now is directly feed this to NotebookLM and create an audio overview. I think that'll be powerful, and this is something that I can directly use in future issues of my newsletter. And I think a lot of people that are building newsletters will be excited about this particular use case. So I'm going to generate the audio for this. I'm going to hit generate, and now we need to wait. All right, so the audio overview is finally completed. Keep in mind, it takes a bit of time to generate the audio overview, so just have patience with that, and maybe you can try other features as you wait for the audio overview to complete. But it's finally completed here. So I'm gonna play the audio overview just to give you a little sample of what was generated by NotebookLM.
Okay, strap yourselves in for this deep dive, because we're going to be wading into some pretty mind-blowing stuff about large language models. And let me tell you,
Yeah.
the future is looking That's looking pretty wild.
Yeah, the rate of progress it's really something else. It's kind of like, remember a little while ago when this was all sci-fi?
It's true.
Now it's all over the news, and like it really makes you think, what's next? What can't AI do?
Right. So, okay, let's unpack this a little.
Mhm.
We're not just talking about, AI that can like spit out a canned response, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about actual like real deal conversation here, like
Yeah.
back and forth,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what this Moshi research, that's what they're trying to do. They call it a full duplex dialogue system, which basically means
Yeah, what does that even mean?
it's supposed to be like a real conversation, right?
Okay, so like natural.
Yeah, natural. Imagine like an AI that can actually, follow the thread, pick up on your cues, and respond in a way that makes sense. Like and and all.
That's a lot harder than it sounds, though. Think about it. Like, when we're just talking to each other, we do so much without even thinking. We're reading each other's tone. Like, are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Are we joking? We even finish each other.
Sentences, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Moshi's goal is to replicate all of that, which I mean could be huge. Can you imagine what that would do for virtual assistants? Or like customer service?
Dude, no more arguing with robots on the phone. I'm SO here for that.
Okay, I just paused the audio overview. As you can see, the hosts are having a blast and having so much fun. It's super engaging. I can listen to the whole audio overview. And that's really where we are at with AI. Like, it's engaging and I'm learning at the same time. They are talking about Moshi specifically, this particular announcement. Basically, this is a speech text foundation model. You can interact with it, and they're talking about it. They're talking about how exciting it is, right? And they are quite excited about it. And they're also explaining what this particular system is doing and what it is and how it might be used in different use cases. So it is quite impressive what NotebookLM is doing here with this audio review, and it has so much potential. So what you can do with the audio review is you can also share it. So you can go here and you can share this publicly if you want. You can also play it with different speed. So you can change the playback speed to 2x if you don't have too much time. So as you maybe are doing some other task, you can always play this in the background and change the speed if that's something that you like. I usually like to listen to audio at like 1.5x, so that's a pretty useful feature. You can also download it as well. It stores as MP3, I believe. And then you can also delete it and regenerate the audio overview. Something that you will notice with the audio overview, it actually saves with your notebook. So I will go back here and I will show you what I mean. So I'm going to go back to my summarizing newsletter notebook, and then I'm going to open Notebook Guide here. And then you will see that it's generated here. After some time, this disappears. This option is not available to play. And so what you need to do then is you will need to load it. So you get an option to load the generated audio, and it loads it for you because it stores it for you.